Yes, you should be good, but only to me. You should do great things, but only for me. Please be good to me. That's what we want from our friends, our partners, our relatives, right? There is a great problem with this demand.
But what are the right reasons to be in a relationship?
You can't say, I have a reason to enter a relationship. And when you are just incidentally with each other, then relationship is most beautiful.
But the book also says that true love is never incidental.
I'll edit it.
So when you say be discreet and very careful about it, what does it actually mean then?
It means don't be taken in by performances. It's a matter of one evening. Paste a grin. Act nicely. Pull the chair for her. Open the door for her. For reasons of exchange of pleasure. Towards you, he is just performing a role. And this will stop. And then we wonder why we have loveless lives.
So I was going through your book, chapter 80, Be Whole Before You Belong. You must learn aloneness, and then you have said, then even if you approach the other, even if you relate, it will be a relationship of health, a relationship in which you have something to give, a relationship of joy, not of dependence and desperation. So this gives me an idea that one must not have any expectations in a companionship. But at the same time, I've understood from your videos that the role of companion is to reflect you and uplift you, and that there is something within us that feels the need to relate. So we better be discreet or careful and very selective about it if we anyway need to have a companion. But being discreet or selective, does it not mean that there will be some expectations?
No, the expectations are in negative. The fellow you are relating to must not be an exploiter. Must not be an exploiter. The role that you are talking of is not really a role that is put on. The mirror does not perform the role of a reflector. The real companion is like a mirror, reflecting your reality back to yourself is not really a role that person performs. It's the nature of the mirror. There's a difference between somebody's role and somebody's nature. The real companion is not performing a role. Right? It's a nature. And that's a nature not limited to one person. If you are with someone who's like a mirror, that person will be like a mirror to everybody. Not a role he selectively performs in front of you as a partner or a friend, whatever. A mirror is a mirror to? A mirror is a mirror to everybody. But if you want to have someone who performs a role exclusively for you, then you'll have a problem. And that's what we want. Yes, you should be good, but only to me. You should do great things, but only for me. And if you are caught doing great things for her, then you have had it, right? And that's the problem. Now you are demanding a role rather than nature. Now you are demanding a role rather than nature. But the problem is, if somebody performs a role for you, he's just putting it on. And no role can be performed consistently, unexceptionally, throughout life. Roles are roles. You get into a role and then you get out of a role. Either you get tired or you just find some other role more tempting. But what we want is people playing a particular role for us. No. The real companion deserves to be valued for who he is, not for what he selectively does. He deserves to be valued for who he is, not for what he selectively does for you in particular. But then you'll say, then I mean, what is special about the relationship? If he is a mirror to me and he is also a mirror to the neighbor, then there's a great problem. So you want to own and possess, right? So you want to limit the mirror. The problem with the mirror is, even if you shatter it, it still remains a mirror. Every bit, every piece, every fragment still remains a mirror. Just that the relationship is gone. Now, you have thrown it away and shattered it. You can do whatever you want to, but if the person is like a mirror and that's the nature, nature cannot change. Someone who has attained to his real self now cannot be plucked away or snatched away or torn away from that. Impossible. You're getting it? Please be good to me. That's what we want from our friends, our partners, our relatives, right? Please be good to me. There is a great problem with this demand. If the fellow is actually good, the demand is useless. He can't help being good. He will be good, irrespective of your demand. So why are you demanding? And if the fellow is not good, and you say, please be good to me because I'm somebody to you, then he'll perform a role. You'll find him being bad, very crudely speaking, very, very bad to the world, or at least relatively bad to the world, and good to you. This kind of a dichotomy we see everywhere, right? The father can be the most corrupt person possible in the office, but performs the role of a great father, a great sire to the kids. The fellow can be the most violent person possible, heading an animal slaughter factory. But to the wife, he is a loving husband. We see that all around, right? Now, that's why these things crack open. Because the kind of behavior this person is displaying towards the kids or the wife is just a role, not his nature. And roles begin and roles end. Just as you put on your shirt and then take it off. Like, don't you say? One hat, then the next hat. And then you wonder, how come the fellow has suddenly become disloyal or disinterested? No, nothing has happened suddenly. He was in one character and now he has moved to another character. Would have been far more wise of you to choose someone on his nature rather than his action. A role is an action, right? Something that you perform. But why don't we do that? If choosing someone on his or her nature is so much better, why don't we do that? We have already discussed the reason. Because someone who is truthful will be truthful not just to the wife or the kids or the father or the mother. That fellow will be truthful to everybody. And that will be unacceptable to the family. See, if you really love us, then you should be truthful to us. And for our sake, you should exploit the world or keep the world aside at least. We want loving people in our lives, but we get annoyed if they radiate the same love to the entire world. We don't just get annoyed. See how, look at the breadth of the grin. He's saying it's a scandal. It's not merely an offense, it's a scandal. I mean, yes, you have to be loving, but towards me, not towards the entire cosmos, and especially not towards this neighbor. Getting it? That's where the problem is. You don't have to expect. If you really dare to be with the right one, he or she will be great for you by his nature, not because of your expectations. Not because of your expectations. You bring a scorpion to your life, you keep expecting whatever you want to. It will sting. You bring the sun to your life. You may keep expecting whatever, but it will brighten up your life. The problem is the sun brightens up not just your life, and that's something we cannot tolerate. That's something the little ego just cannot tolerate. So we say it's fine to have a fraudster in my life. Let him display fake love. But even that fakeness should be just for me. I'm all right with fakeness as long as it's an exclusive fakeness. That's the deal we make. And then we wonder why we have loveless lives. Right? Our nature is to be committed to the highest. So if you bring the right person to your life as a companion, he cannot be committed to the lowly things within you, right? He cannot say, I accept you as you are. Even if you are internally so dirty and so ugly, I'll still say, I love you. He won't do that. He'll be a challenge, just as the mirror is a challenge. He'll say, I love you, so I want you to rise. I want you to rise. And let me be very clear. As you are, in your state, I don't really see anything valuable. This we don't want to hear. Do we? And if that fellow is really worth anything, he'll relate to highness, beauty, excellence in all fields of life. He'll be committed to that. And he'll be choosing excellence wherever he is or she is. So let's say you wait for him in the house to celebrate something silly, like an anniversary. And he's in the office, committed to a project that is really important, infinitely more important than an anniversary. But this will put you off. You'll be totally upset, right? You don't see that he is actually paying a tribute to your relationship by saying, I'm committed to the highest. So if I'm with you, that's good news, because I can be with only the highest. You'll instead be angry. Today is our anniversary and instead you are busy with something in the office. Don't you see, the fellow is not committed to you as a person. The fellow is committed to excellence. The fellow is committed to value, worth. And if on that day something of worth is calling in the office, he should be there and you should celebrate it. Do you see where we go wrong? We want to possess and we want to be possessed. And only something small can be possessed. Who can possess the sky? But you can possess a small piece of land. But you insist that you will possess. So what you get is a small piece of something. And that satisfies you. You say, at least it is exclusively mine, even if it's small. I can't share the sky with everybody. Then you can't love the moon. Then you can't respect the sun. Can you? Because nobody can own them. So we settle for little dust, which we can keep in our pocket and zip it. Totally mine. I cannot overemphasize on this. Goodness is not a role performed in a relationship. Goodness is nature itself. If you are looking for somebody good, don't just see how that person is towards you. You'll have to see how that person is. And these are two very different things. For reasons of exchange of pleasure, anybody can display good behavior towards another person at a given place, at a given time. Right? The shopkeeper wants to sell something to you. Seen how nicely he behaves? So that's not an indicator of somebody's goodness. A particular kind of behavior at a particular time towards a particular person does not indicate the worth or intrinsic goodness. No. But that's what pleases us, right? What really impresses me is that he's totally violent towards everybody. Just keeps kicking and slapping. But the moment he comes to me, he becomes very sweet. That proves all the more how deeply he loves me. No, that proves all the more how deeply you are in danger. Because he is what he is throughout the day. Towards you, he is just performing a role. And this will stop.
So when you say be discreet and very careful about it, what does it actually mean then?
It means don't be taken in by performances.
By roles.
By roles. Anybody can be good looking. In the moment of making the deal, right? It's all right and not very difficult to act great on a date. It's a matter of one evening. One evening. Paste a grin. act nicely, pull the chair for her, open the door for her. Don't be carried away by that, whether in business or in society or in politics or in religion. The elections are approaching and the candidate comes to you and acts extremely polite and humble and friendly, more family than family. And you say, oh, I'm swayed. This is the perfect candidate, I'm going to cast my vote. This is a performance, not his nature. But you will be careful about the other's nature only when, first of all, you worry about your own nature. If you are somebody who lives throughout in performances, in personality rather than reality, then in the other also you will value performance and personality rather than reality. And then you will be duped and shocked. And only you will be responsible.
Yeah. So, like, we know a lot of wrong reasons to be with a companion, like societal pressure or having a child or financial dependency. But what are the right reasons to be in a relationship?
Actually, you can't say, I have a reason to enter a relationship. Right? Relationship is essentially reasonless. If you have a reason, then you have a self-interest. And that would mean exploitation. I have a reason to approach the chicken. And that reason would imply the death of the chicken. No? And then I'll say, oh, I really love chicken. Our love is deadly, is it not? Because we always have a reason. Who's the one carrying the reason? The ego, right? And if the ego has a reason to go towards something or somebody, it's not good for that thing, that person, not at all. So real relationship would always be reasonless, meaning incidental. Incidental. They just happen if they have to. You don't plan them out. You don't target them. This year I must get married. And that too, which this, and this condition. That's how they talk in the villages often. The marriage season is now approaching. And this marriage season, I'll ensure Surekha is gone. I mean, come on. 3 more sisters are waiting. What's more, the youngest brother is getting very restless. I suspect he is seeing somebody from some other caste. So before he jumps into something disrespectable, I should rather marry her off and clear the way for the next ones. What kind of companionship can you expect in such conditions, with such attitude? If it happens, it happens. And then you don't know, because beauty can't be planned. You can't have an image of truth. You then are concerned more about yourself. Let me live rightly and let me walk the right path. If in the process of walking the path, I get a fellow traveler, fine, we'll be related. Not really to each other, but firstly to the common destination. The same road, the same direction, similar destinations. So companionship becomes natural, which doesn't mean that the two of us are latching on to each other. Actually, our primary commitment is towards the shared destination. Incidentally, we are with each other. And when you are just incidentally with each other, then relationship is most beautiful. Because you are with each other, but not looking at each other. You are looking in the same direction. When you look at each other constantly, you eat the other up. What else can you do? Constantly looking at someone. Gone. Finished. For an hour or two, the other fellow can appreciate the beauty of your eyes. After that, he'll want to run away. But you have held him captive with your mere eyesight. Wherever you go, I'm tracing you. Are you getting this?
But the book also says that true love is never incidental.
I'll edit it.
So don't we have to be conscious about it? Like when we say we have to be very careful who we let in our lives.
See, right now, how does it matter to me whether you are asking the question or he's asking a question or he's asking? My primary commitment is to the truth. Irrespective of who holds the mic, I have to be truthful. And in being truthful, I have a great relationship with you right now. Which doesn't mean I am committed to you. I am committed to the truth. That's what I am talking of. Think of the British period. We have had several cases. Freedom fighters. Think of Bengal. Think of Surya Sen. Freedom fighters. Right? Both are committed to freedom. Committed to freedom. And they enter a relationship. That has happened. And that is so beautiful. And then they chose to die, not for each other, but for freedom. That's the relationship worth having. That's where beauty is. Yes, we are together because I respect what you respect. And it's not you that I respect. You respect the sky, so do I. That's the reason the two of us are together. Not because we want to breed kids. Not because you are a man, I'm a woman, and there has to be a biological attraction. No, none of that. Yes, there is body and we cannot deny it. Fine, if a man and a woman are together, they'll have a physical relationship also at some point. That's fine. But that's not the primary thing. Primarily, we are together because we are looking in the same direction. Are you getting it? Rest assured. The second edition would be out soon. And we'll edit out those lines. See, I'm always a little shaky about these things. I write something or I say something and then I say, are you sure it will be received rightly? That's why the videos have to be edited. Any line that can be taken to mean something else on the side of safety, it is trimmed out. Though that also takes away from the punch of the statement. But what to do? We are always looking for something that can be interpreted in a favorable way.